Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Yak Planet TV. Not only do I do fishing on my channel and multiple other types of hobbies that I do, I am also a gun enthusiast, and this is one of the latest guns I have owned, and I'm going to show you how to put the conversion kit into double action here in California. So with this gun, California sells it in single action form, and you will have to back order this conversion kit itself. And this is the conversion kit it comes with. Apparently, when I tried to put it together, they gave me the wrong pin, so I have to contact Chiappa itself, so they can, or Chiappa customer service themselves, so they can give me the correct pin right here. This is the correct pin that goes in, and what I received in the bag was this pin. But this is the double action conversion kit for the Chiappa Rhino any model. This is the 50ds. When you receive your package, you are going to get this. This is the SKU number right here, and double action. What I found out, people do pronounce this Chiappa, but the maker himself, if you look him up, he does pronounce this name Chiappa. So this is how I'm gonna pronounce it. Go ahead and correct me if you guys think otherwise. But this is the instruction manual that it comes with. If you have confidence, you can do it yourself, but it does tell you what you need, and I'm already prepared for this, so I already know what I'm doing. I'm not a gunsmith, but I'm very well hands-on educated. And this shows you everything you need to do and take out here in the instructions manual. And when you receive this order for your gun, just make sure you have all the correct parts. And this is all your components right here for the firearm. So what you would need, what I use is this is just a regular Allen key, 5/32 to take the base of the handle. I just wanted to show this off. One of my 5-star loaders. Pretty rad. Got that symbol right there. Let's put this to the side. You will need a mini hammer, a little pocket screwdriver with a magnet. I'll show you why. A T20. Let's see if you guys can see. This is a T10 for the bits right here. You're gonna take the plate off, and this is just a regular 3/32 punch. I use this for something else, but you will need a punch in general. Doesn't matter what size. This is just a convenient size for me. And I have already took out the spring for the trigger. This spring is a pain, and it's really strong, so I'm gonna set that aside. I'll show you why. Alright, so I'm gonna show you how I will take this apart myself. Of course, this is unloaded, nothing in the cylinder. You can see I have already test fired this. If you see one of my videos, but that trigger's not even loaded. But the spring is out. Can't really do nothing to it. Alright, we're gonna take this apart. First, you want to go over the handle. I've already pre-taken out everything, so you don't really have to worry about it. I'm trying to make this as fast as possible. If you guys want to fast forward or skip, Try not to lose your pieces. And it comes out. Mine's a little snug. There we go. Set that to the side. Now you got your base plate. You can go in your T20 or T10 and take the screws out. The screws itself do have Loctite on it. So if you were wanting or planning to put Loctite back onto these screws, you can. I have Loctite in my bag. I don't really need it. I will probably put on my Loctite on this bolt going back into the handle, because when I was test firing this firearm, the handle bolt itself was coming loose, so it kind of surprised me. I didn't realize that. Let's put that right there. So in total, this is 4 bolts, or 4 T10 sets screws right here. I'm just gonna set that right there. So I got everything in place. I'm not gonna lose nothing. We set that there. And now we are gonna turn the gun around, and now you're gonna see a hole. But this is what it looks like with the little handle. These are the holes right there. Now you're gonna take your punch. Punch is gonna go on this side, and this is gonna knock the plate on this side. I'm gonna hold it like this. Take my little hammer, just knock it a few times. I'll put that to the side. Now you can see it was coming out, but I pushed it back in. You can always go from the back and actually, no, you probably can't. Yeah, it'll probably be better. Just tap it somewhere. I don't have a soft surface to smack this on my kitchen table. There you go. Right. Now we are free to remove this plate. This is the plate. We're going to cover that. And this is where your spring, spring is actually one length longer, and you see the curve into it. It will be in this direction. So the curve, L shape, be like this, facing down right in here, you can see. And you will be using this to hit the back of that mechanism right there, see it? So it'll be hanging on to that down there. There's a little slot, you can see it. That's where the spring goes into. Let me show you. So this spring will hit right in here. It's a little groove. And this spring, I'm gonna show you guys everything. So everything's gonna be in place like that. And now this spring right here will actually be right back here with this mechanism. So this spring down here, this spring up here. The tension on this thing is like at least 12, 15 pounds. I don't know how strong this thing really is, but I cannot squish it myself. I'm gonna leave that to the side. The reason why I say use a pocket screwdriver, make it easier for you. You wanna pull this guy out. Set him to the side. I don't know why instructions says it. You don't need to, but it does say if you want to take this guy out. This is just a dowel pin, so we're just gonna hold in place for your hammer cocking mechanism. And now the next thing you want to take, you'll take this guy. You want to pull him out. Be careful, because this guy will have a little tiny piece of washer. This washer goes in the back of this guy. See that? So he will be in here. Remove. I'm just gonna hold it this way. Place him next to the other part. That little dowel pin sits right in here. The oil will hold that pin in place, so when you put it back, it will hold. Now, again, your best friend. Pull him straight out. Just like that. See? Straight in and out. And you can see which direction this guy is. This is the front. This is the back. And this is the back of the Chiappa hammer. This is the actual hammer where you're putting your mechanism right in here. See a little spring slot right in there. I'm gonna put them in right now. This is the inside. The trigger mechanism. That goes like that. That holds in place. I will leave it forward because you want this to connect when you put everything back together. And that spring, when that spring goes here, this is the tension of the double action spring. This is where that's going. So now we can leave him to the side. Let's get our parts. Tiny little bag, size of my finger. I would rip it. Right. Tedious. There you go. We're gonna jump them out right here. And don't forget your spring. This is spring. And this is your double action kit. That's what it looks like. So what we're gonna do first, don't forget this guy. This is the main component, what we actually need. This is the, say, cotter pin, but that goes into the hammer. And this is what they gave me by accident, and I have no idea what this is. It looked like still a CNC machine part that probably hasn't finished, but we're gonna throw them back in the bag and save it for memories. And now let's do this guy, the hammer. We're gonna take the spring and we're gonna insert it right into there. Just like that. Spring goes into there. And now the other part. This is the direction, only one direction it will go. Because if you try to flip it the other way or upside down, it won't fit because it'll be sticking out, and you want it flush. There's a cut groove right here that will go right inside that hammer, just like that. It will fall into place. See? That is the double action conversion kit for your Chiappa. So now you want to just slightly put some tension on it. You want to flip your piece around and take your cotter pin. Now it goes right into there, the back. You can see in the back there's a groove mark, and this goes right inside. So this hammer will, or the cotter pin will fit right behind here. It's gonna be a little bit difficult because it's gonna be a tight, snug fit. Start hanging onto the piece. I'll take my hammer. I want to make sure everything's going into place. It looks like I'm gonna have to need something I can hold on to the back, so I can put some pressure on this guy. I'm just gonna use a table. Going in. See, slightly coming out, so we're gonna let it sit real quick and Alright, so I had a little slight intervention. My son bothered me and tried to snatch my hammer, and I also had to knock this pin on a hard surface. This pin right here, once it goes in, you do need a little pressure to get that in, because once it goes in, this thing is snug in place. But I had to hang on this little spring with the kit. The spring did jump out under my table. I had to find it and fetch it with my magnet. Luckily I found it, and then I had to hang on the piece. I kind of balanced it somewhere and just started smacking it in until it got flush. Then took my punch and hit the rest, fit it in, got it in there nice and flush. And you can see that is the actual part that goes in. And this is what it looks like. All right, let's reassemble. So when I do put this back together, I am going to put the spring in here off screen because this is a pain for me, and I'm just gonna show you how I put this all back together. So if you want, we can probably speed it up, or if you want to watch it, you're gonna go ahead and fast forward, but I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. So now this guy go right back here. Remember your triggers, locking it back forward, setting it back where this, just like that, drops into place. Now you got this guy with the little roller right here. That guy is going right here. Did I do that? If I guide it in the pin back right here, and this is where that's sitting, just like that. Next, the dowel pin. Next, the hammer mechanism goes right in here to this guy. drop into place. This is where you get that. And that's what's pushing down your hammer. All right. Now last, it's just a spring. Remember, the L-shaped form, the little crooked mechanism is going down first. He goes in there. This spring is powerful. I'm just gonna leave it like this. And I can't push it. That's as far as I can push it with my thumb. And like I already busted my finger up. All right, I'm gonna do this off screen. I'll get right back to you guys. All right, quick little detail. The spring is going forward in front of that mechanism. You can see that? So what I've done is take the spring, kind of lodge it right in front, drop into place. This is what's pushing the spring backwards, and that trigger mechanism the other way. This spring is going forward in front of this guy right here. That spring in the bottom sits down there, while the other spring sits right back here. See that? Let's see if I can do this on camera. Nope. This is harder than you think. The scary part is the spring shooting out. Oh yeah, let me do this off camera. All right, we did it. Took me a good minute, but I'm about to do a little resurfacing on this part. Kind of scratch it up. The spring, as you can see, right here. This is the straighter, shorter one, goes in front behind this mechanism, and the long curved one goes right in here. And you can see the little slot and grooves that it goes into. But once you get in place, everything should work just fine. Make sure you put this back together. Everything's flush and seated. And now you do have a working mechanism. Triggers forward. Should be good now. Tension's good. All right. So we're gonna put it back together and see if the double action works. Let's put the plate back in. I have ordered new grips for this, because this one, after shooting magnums, it does punch your hand pretty hard. It's comfy, but these edges are sharp. All right, all we gotta do is reassemble this little bolts, your T20. You can do this by hand for now. Kind of just get it snug, finger tight. All right. Last one, and you can see these little screws still have Loctite on it. Let me set this last one in there. All right, finger tight. I do have this and dead batteries, so I'm just gonna use it as a regular hand wrench. Twist it until it stops. And just kind of do a little nice snug. All right, that's it. This one, twist it till it stops. Right there. Can't go anymore. I'm just gonna twist it a little bit with kind of a little bit of pressure. Probably like, that's it. Now this guy, same thing. Twist, twist, twist. Right there. I'm gonna just torque it down like that. Right. Last one. it down. That's it. Set that to the side. Let me put our grips back. Just like that. Simple. Can't go anymore. Set him in right there. Now get your 5:30 seconds. Snug him down right there. Just kind of just finger tight. That's it. And now we can check. Cylinder opens. And the grand finale. That trigger pull is hard. I wonder why he does that. Something's not right. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Alright, I'm gonna take it apart and see what happened with it. Unless... Nope, something happened to it. Alright, I gotta check it out. Alright, so I actually found what the problem was. This little guy fell out. The little ring that sits under this guy. I don't know how he fell out, but I'm gonna have to take the spring out again and put him back in. So once again, I'm doing this off camera because this is a pain, or that's a pain. All right, let's get it done. All right, I figured out the problem. So when I took it apart, there was actually another O-ring and another dowel spring that sat the hammer flush, and it wasn't flush and it was hanging off. So I just took it apart, put it back in a little slot where it needed to go, and then put it in back together and see what works. You can hear the difference of it. Now it's ready for double action. Nice. All right. You can see the catch right at the bottom right there. This catch right there. And if you can manipulate the hammer just enough to move it over, just like this, spin your revolver over. Alright, well, thanks for watching, y'all. I'm glad we got to do this together. Hope the video wasn't annoyingly or short or whatsoever. My next step in upgrading this gun, I already have a holster for it, and I'm gonna add a laser mount. Well, not laser mount, but it's an adapter piece that you put right here on the rail that goes up right here, and I'm gonna put a red dot on it. So I'm gonna do some hunting with this little guy right here. Nice. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. This is Planet TV. If you have any questions, go ahead and go back and look at the video. Or if you want to ask me anything, go right ahead. But that's all I got for now. Actually, let me see how this looks like. Just like that, huh? Thanks for watching, y'all.